In a small village near the mountains, there lived a young woman named Yuki who dreamed of escaping her simple life. She often looked up at the mountains, wondering what it would be like to see the world beyond her village. One day, a traveler arrived in the village, sharing stories of distant places and new opportunities. Yuki listened closely, feeling a strong desire to leave. If you want to see the world, the traveler said, you must first look within yourself. This advice puzzled Yuki, but she didn't forget it. She began spending time in nature, sitting quietly by the river and stargazing. The more she connected with nature, the more she experienced a deep sense of peace and purpose. One day, while walking in the forest, Yuki met an elderly woman sitting under a tree. The woman smiled and saw the question in Yuki's eyes. "You seek something more, don't you?" she asked. Yuki nodded. "There is a path you must follow," the woman continued. "But first, you must learn to listen. Listen to the river, the wind, and your heart. The answers you seek are not out there, but within you." Yuki left the woman and returned to the river. She spent days and nights contemplating the woman's words. Over time, she came to realize that true freedom didn't come from escaping her village, but from understanding herself. One night, Yuki climbed to the top of a hill and looked out over the village. The stars above seemed so near, and she realized that the world was not a place to escape, but a journey to embrace within. She had been searching for something external, but it was always within her. With this new insight, Yuki returned to the village, not out of failure, but out of fulfillment. She now knew that the world had been around her all along, and her true adventure had been in her own heart. From that day on, Yuki lived a simple yet deeply fulfilling life. She continued to walk the paths of her village, but her perspective had shifted. She was at peace, knowing that the greatest journey was the one within. She learned to appreciate the beauty in every day, the soft whistle of the wind, the gentle rhythm of the river, the sunset that bathed the sky in golden light. These were the real adventures. Yuki's story teaches us that the truth we often seek is not outside of us, but a part of who we are. The world is not something to escape, but a place to understand within. Sometimes, we spend our lives searching for something external, thinking it will fulfill us. But true peace comes from understanding ourselves and embracing the present moment. The journey is not about finding a distant destination, but about embracing the simple beauty of life. Yuki's story reminds us that the answers to our deepest questions are already within us. One day, Yuki sat under the same tree where she had met the elderly woman. She reflected on that moment and smiled. She had discovered herself in the quiet moments of life. The simple life, full of connection to nature and herself, was all she needed. Yuki's journey was one of discovery, and the most beautiful discoveries come when we learn to listen to our own heart. As Yuki walked through the village one last time, she remembered the traveler's words, "First, you must look within yourself." Now, she understood what that meant. She had seen and found herself in the stillness of her spirit.